Friends, my name is Joseph Gerson. I'm with the American Friends Service Committee with Peace and Planet. And it is my pleasure to say that we were more than 7,000 people, maybe 10,000 people today. And we have sent a very, very strong message. It is my pleasure to be escorting here Ambassador Fェルーキ, who is the president of the NPT Review Conference, and also my representative for Disarmament Affairs of the United Nations, Kein.
This fellow here, and then
they're both people who are deeply dedicated to winning the abolition of nuclear weapons. Ambassador Fェルーキcomes from Nigeria, a country that is still dealing with the legacies of the nuclear tests many years ago. I want to get Roshitaka of Gensukyo, who will make a presentation.
Do you want to get down?
This is not going to work. I'm deeply honored to be able to present our visit to the China Ambassador David Stein.
We'll get you.
I represent our friend Angela King. Encouraged by the decision by the last NPT review conference that we should achieve the peace and security of the whole world without nuclear weapons, we started our campaign. We work very hard on every day when there is a rain, when there is a sunny day, when there is a snow. We didn't care we work. Everywhere we work. When there was an earthquake hitting East Japan, when there was a tsunami and nuclear plant accident, still worked. The total number we collected is 6,300,000 signatures. Because of the strike of the enormous uranium in the west coast of the United States, we are unable to bring all the signatures. But instead, we brought some more than 4 million signatures to the national parliament direct, asking parliamentarians to be witness that we collected Japanese people want nuclear weapons to be abolished right now. Yes. This is a picture. Would you show the picture of their signatures we collected and go to the national parliament with the parliamentarians? They are witnesses. We look for the right person to present our signatures. There is no more right person than Ambassador Fェルーキand High Representative Angela King, because not only because of their role in the international politics as top leaders for nuclear disarmament, but we know that they are the best friends of ours, working together, our feet, our heart beating in unison. We are very, very pleased that we are able now to present our message, our signature through the NPT. Our message is very simple, that humans do not need nuclear weapons. That is something already international politics has decided that we abolish nuclear weapons. We modernize the NPT review conference to implement the decision they made. Let's say our message to the NPT review conference: abolish nuclear weapons right now, ban nuclear weapons right now, and we sincerely ask Ambassador Federici, and High Representative Angela Kane, please extend our voice. As Secretary General Ban Ki-moon told us, our voice is a standard bearer's voice, representing the conscience of the people, the reason of the human beings, that humans have to survive, live on. We have to hand over this globe to the next generations as United Nations Charter declares. Thank you very much. We hope that our voice will reach to the NPB and NPB review conference will make a good decision for nuclear and free world. Thank you very much.
タカさん、こっち向いてください。タカさん、こっち向いて。はい、こっち向いてください。
議長さんの顔が見えない。
So it's now my honor to introduce the mayor of Hiroshima to appreciate that this first A-bomb city, a city which never should have been A-bombed, and whose suffering echoes through people's genes to this day. The mayor of Hiroshima has a particular responsibility to represent this history and the people of Hiroshima to the world, and to do all that he can to elevate the voices of the hypocrisy who are still with us, of the people of Hiroshima, the people of Japan, who know that human beings and nuclear weapons cannot coexist. Very much so.
ちょっと左側で高いところの。
I know. You're pushing her from the side. It's called pop psychology.
Thank you. My name is Manika, the mayor of Hiroshima. Today now, representing this mayor and presenting the petition. Yeah, the signature of 1 million citizens of the world of the Organization on Nuclear Weapons Convention in collaboration with over 6,600 member cities from 160 countries and the region worldwide. Mayors for Peace is working towards the abolition of nuclear weapons by 2020. The most effective method for accomplishing nuclear weapons
Oh, yours.
by 2020 is if all countries on this planet would conclude a nuclear weapons convention. Let us, the citizens, create a global movement for the conclusion of nuclear weapons convention with our own hands. Thank you very much. 日本語でも、松井です。本日、今私は平和首相会議を代表して、核兵器禁止条約のご紹介指導を求める世界の市民から寄せられた110万筆の署名をアンゲラケイ担当に提出いたしました。平和首相会議では、世界160カ国地域の6600を超える都市と連携し、2020年までの核兵器廃絶に取り組んでいます。2020年までの核兵器廃絶を実現するための最も効果的な方法は、世界のすべての国が核兵器禁止条約を締結することです。私たちの手で核兵器禁止条約締結への世界的な動きを作っておきましょう。ありがとうございます。以上です。
Friends, I know that the United States is not the only country which has nuclear weapons and which is threatened to use them. There are 8 other countries. But the United States is also a country that has been at war for the years. And it is a country in which people have been struggling to work to eliminate nuclear weapons for a very long time. And in this context, I have to say that we need to appreciate the peace movement, the people who do it day to day in the streets, and the people who day to day do their best to help build the movements that are needed to end the wars, to feed the people, to abolish nuclear weapons. And so it is my great pleasure to introduce two of my co-conveners of Peace and Planet, two of the co-creators, Jackie Cabasso of Western States Legal Foundation, of Neighbors for Peace, of United for Peace and Justice, and also Kevin Martin, the Executive Director of Peace Action, the largest peace organization in the United States.
Thank you, Joseph, and thank you, Kevin, and thank you everybody for turning out today. You look spectacular. It is my pleasure now with Kevin to present a very modest number of additional signatures collected here in the United States as part of the Peace and Planet mobilization for a nuclear-free, peaceful, just, and sustainable future. And I won't read the whole thing, just the operative paragraphs, as they call them in the UN. We call upon the parties to the NPT to use the 2015 review conference to immediately, without delay, develop a timetable to ban and eliminate all nuclear weapons. We call upon the 4 states outside the treaty that have nuclear arms, India, Israel, North Korea, and Pakistan, to join this process immediately and without delay. We are at a critical juncture, a time when the unresolved tensions of a deeply inequitable society, great power ambitions, and the destructive efforts of an unsustainable economic system are exploding into overlapping crises. We say yes to a nuclear-free world, yes to nonviolence, yes to economic justice and environmental sustainability, and yes to peace. And the three of us, as the coordinators of the International Planning Group of Peace and Planet, are presenting this symbolic set of petitions on behalf of 14,700 American signers and 338 endorsing organizations in 20 countries.
It's now my extraordinary privilege to introduce High Representative for Disarmament Affairs, Ms. Angela King.
Thank you very much, you all. I'm absolutely delighted to be here. You know, it was forecast that it would be raining, and oh no, that's really terrible. I'm very happy that the skies are with us, and it's not raining, unlike when I was in Hiroshima last August, and it was pouring rain, very unusual. But on the other hand, it was a very special experience and very moving, like it always is. And if we squint just a little bit, I think we can even hit a little dove that we can see. Not really a dove, but I think we can try and make it so for today and for the next month. I want you to know that we really had an amazing experience. We had already registered a lot of people today. We tried to do it so you wouldn't have to wait tomorrow, because the lines from the previous time were really very long and you had to wait a long time. And what I wanted you to know is that we have 102 NGOs that have registered for the conference, and there are nearly 1,200 delegates who will be at the NPT review conference. And I'm very much hoping that all of you will make your voices heard and tug away at those delegates and make your case for having a really good outcome of the conference, and that the commitments that have been undertaken by all sides, the nuclear weapon states as well as the non-nuclear weapon states, will in fact be honored and implemented. It is very humbling for me today to receive all of the petitions. I know how much work it is to collect the petitions, to make people sign them. I myself signed a petition when I was in Japan, and I'm very honored that one is one of my few foreign signatures on the petitions. And I know that you have been collecting them over quite some time, and it is a very humbling thought that so many people support nuclear disarmament. And it is an act that really never diminishes in importance and relevance. After all, we all share the goal of a world without nuclear weapons. And we all know how hard the Bakshas have worked to abolish and ban nuclear weapons, and how strenuously they have spread the message of peace in the world. And also how they have labored and tried very hard to preserve the memories of the unspeakable devastation that they survived. But now, with an average age of the Bakshas nearing 80, we really must renew our commitment to carry the heavy torch of responsibility for achieving this goal, a goal without a world free of nuclear weapons. On the eve of this NPT conference, there is some really challenges in the world. I think you know that the world is not a peaceful place right now, that tensions since the last NPT conference in 2010 have exacerbated, and I think that that poses also a real challenge to the goal of abolishing nuclear weapons. I think we all know that humans are inherently fallible, and there's no guarantee whatsoever that nuclear weapons will ever be used, either deliberately or by accident. I think that enlightened global leadership is really necessary in order to change the paradigm of international security. And let me tell you that I've spoken to the Secretary General just on Friday. He's with you. He's basically very strongly advocating for the goal of the NPT and nuclear disarmament in particular. And he knows about the petitions that you're presenting today, and I will brief him on it. And I hope also that the delegates to the review conference will take your message to heart and join you in the pursuit of nuclear disarmament. I would like to conclude by repeating something that we all know is true. Disarmament is the right thing to do, and it works. Thank you.
Sorry. So next, I want to introduce Ambassador Fェルーキ. Again, as I said before, I've seen her in a number of sites at the Human Consequences conferences in Nairi and in Vienna. This is a woman who is deeply committed to the abolition of nuclear weapons, and I'm glad that she is the president of the review conference and also able to receive these petitions and to speak to you.
Thank you. Good afternoon to all of you. I am very glad to be here with you as the designated president of the 2015 NPT Review Conference. I am honored today to receive this impressive bout of petitions for global nuclear disarmament. It is also gratifying to appear in the company of my distinguished fellow speakers, Madam Kazumi Matsui of Hiroshima, Mrs. Angela Kein, the UN's High Representative for Disarmament Affairs, Hiroshi Taka from Genusui Kyo, and Jackie Carasso and Kevin Martin from Peace and Planet. I wish at the outset to commend the citizens of Hiroshima, which I visited in April. That's the beginning of April, I have to say. And the two dedicated non-governmental organizations represented here today for their deep commitment to nuclear disarmament and for their dedicated efforts to recruit so many signatures on these petitions. All who participated in circulating these petitions shared a common commitment to advancing the interests and ideas shared by all humanity. Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has often called nuclear disarmament a global public good of the highest order. Its achievement would advance the interests and ideas of humankind, just as the failure to achieve it would jeopardize the future of our planet. It is precisely because the stakes are so high and they affect literally every human being on Earth, that petitions from civil society groups really do matter in contributing to this common goal of nuclear disarmament. Petitions give each citizen a personal role to play in this larger process of achieving a world free of nuclear weapons. Disarmament is not an activity exclusively limited to states. It is sustained by a very unique type of human, often called political will, that ultimately rests with the people. And when enough people speak, their leaders will learn to listen and to act in accordance with their will. This week, we will open the 2015 review conference of the state parties to the Treaty on the non-proliferation of nuclear weapons. I very much welcome this petition as a strong reaffirmation of a key pillar of that treaty, namely the obligation to pursue negotiations in good faith on nuclear disarmament as found in Article 6 of the treaty. So, I salute all who worked so hard to build support for these petitions. You have the right cause to pursue, and you have wisely selected your means to pursue. Thank you for your labors. Thank you for your contributions to this great global public good. Thank you so much.
So on behalf of the thousands of people here, I want to thank Ambassador Froughi, High Representative Kein, to encourage you to have strong will in the coming month, and to encourage everybody here to have strong will in this month and for the longer term struggle ahead. Thank you very much. Sophia Woolman up here on the stage.
Welcome to the Peace and Planner Festival. Thank you so much. Yes. Very big round of applause. They know to clap a little louder. Welcome. We have a wonderful lineup of performers. This is Drew King making his way up onto the stage. He will be your host. He will be your host for the Dagu Festival.
Yeah. When I say peace, y'all say planet. Peace, planet, peace, planet, peace, planet. When I say no more, y'all say nukes. No more, no more, no more. Woo! Give yourselves a round of applause. I see thousands of people here coming out today for nuclear abolition, justice, no more. We want peace, economic justice, racial justice. These are all connected. We're going to kick off our performance with you. We got a top-notch lineup of performers, singers, hip-hop artists. We're going to start with the one and only, out of Queen of Hempstead, a very talented singer, songwriter, Twyla Summersill. Give it up! Give it up!
署名の山ってそこで取れる？
まあ、はけたら取れるの。
はけた時から、その前、大田番から6時まで大丈夫。
あ、6
時までだ。でもこれがみんな取りに行く。大変じゃん。
この後みんな都道府県ごとに取るんじゃないですか。
これで終わりだね。終わったんかな。